Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Well, I got something new in. Uh, Oddly enough, no one's really talking about this handheld. Now, before we really get into it, this handheld had a version release a few years ago, and it was terrible. It was too expensive for what it was. It was bad in every sense of the word. And the videos I went and watched to kind of catch up on the history of this handheld, nobody liked it. Well, they released a 2025 version. This was available, just came available. Now, I did come across one more recent video about it where someone was like, oh, this handheld sold out immediately. That wasn't true. He posted his video a day or so before it went on sale, so it was just listed as sold out. It is not sold out. When it went on sale, it's still, you could just pick one up and running about $50. Now, really quickly, before we jump into this video, I love sharing with everybody and, just discussing other things. Woke up this morning, got to my office and was getting ready, so I, turn on YouTube, check my notifications. And you guys know I answer back as fast as I can. Some mornings you wake up, and there's a bunch to answer. I woke up this morning and it was like 6 or 7 I needed to respond to. Open it up. It's the same guy. He stayed on one of my videos and just went off about how I'm trash. My videos are trash. I'm a trashy person for using ROMs, and I'm a piece of because I use ROMs and I don't use original hardware, and it takes away from the fun and all this other good stuff. Guys, we need to help this person. That was a lot of anger coming from an insignificant individual who probably has a lot going on in life. For one, he thinks I have feelings. He called me trash. Dude, I already know I'm trash, okay? It's you're not I'm not learning anything here, and this isn't a shock to me, okay? So let's be real about it. Now, on the other note, if you want to have a discussion on my channel, don't come in like that, you know what I mean? You come in hot like that, you're gonna get hostility in return. But if you wanted to have a discussion about ROMs versus original hardware and all this, start a discussion with me. You could be a little heated, but coming in with, oh, you're trash and this, well, I'm going to send you messages back. I'm going to respond. I'm going to upset you. Trust me, I don't get mad. I think the shit's funny. But I'm going to hurt your poor little feelings. And it's not fair because I don't have feelings. And then after I send that to you and I know you're going to see it and get a little notification and be able to read it, I'm going to stop you from being able to respond. Yay! Now, I didn't stop this person from being able to respond. I did remove his comments because, yeah, we're not about that on this channel. We're about gaming love, everybody, okay? No one should tell you how to game. All right, he's at me. ROMs are illegal. No, they're not. ROMs are not illegal. It's how you source the ROM that makes it legal or illegal, dumbass. So for everybody out there that wants to go, ROMs are illegal, emulation's illegal. Nope, that is not the illegal part. Okay? That whole area gets a little gray when you get into how you source your ROMs. So, and there's a reason nobody shows you where to get ROMs on these channels, because that's the problem. Now they show you the ROMs, they show you the handhelds and all that, just can't show you where to get them. Okay? Quick Google search though and you're fixed. So, moving past the insignificant little moron that wanted to troll me and thought he was going to ruin my day for some reason, just want you to know I got such a good laugh. You started my day out right, buddy. Let's do this. All right, so this is the Retro Pixel Pocket Pro. I think it's the Retro Pixel Pocket. So I was trying to think, I got GKD, PTSD, GKD Mini Plus Pro, Classic Plus Mini. Anyway, so this handheld comes in at $50. Now, when I ordered it, I was expecting a box within a box, generic packaging. Think, Anbernic, just a white box that says Retro Pixel or Funnyplaying or whatever. And yes, this comes from Funnyplaying. So I get the little box in the mail, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of small. I open it up the box, and this is what's laying in it. to my surprise, it comes with this really nice case and this lanyard. Now, I don't use lanyards. I think they're stupid, but this is a really cool way to do a lanyard, everybody. This is also the charging cable. This is your USB-C. I mean, how cool is that? That shit is awesome. Funnyplaying. I don't like lanyards, but this is cool. And to send all this for that $50 price tag, I mean, the case is $10 alone. I mean, it's a nice case. It fits really snug in there. It's gonna need, broken in, but it's got nice little metal zippers. I mean, it's a nice case. Here it is. Now I made a post of just a picture of it yesterday, so everybody could see what's going on. But this is the Retro Pixel Pocket. Now, my favorite original hardware is the Game Boy Pocket, and this is my Game Boy Pocket. New screen, new shell, new buttons. Now, what I like about the Retro Pixel Pocket, I'm gonna call it a Retro Pixel Pro eventually. Ignore that. That's just me. So, looking at it, they definitely took designs straight from the Game Boy Pocket. And you even have little smooth spots there for stickers. Okay, which I'm probably gonna have to do because that is really slick right here and here, and you can fill it once in a while. Not really a negative. I don't like stickers, but I'll probably have to get some for that. It doesn't line up. It's not the same sticker size that's on like this, but when we put them side by side, this thing is almost identical to it. Okay. There we go. You see how it has like that curve? So does this. They did really good. Now, right now, this is the only handheld I'm going to do a screen comparison with. I'll do another video later while I pull out all the big boys, the Analog Pocket, the Chromatic, the one you guys hate, the Pocket DMG, and I'll do a screen comparison video, even with a Trim UI brick and a MIUI Mini, just to see. Okay? So, let's get into it. Real quick, the speaker, not bad. Good speaker. Probably same quality here. USB-C 3.5 on the back, L and R. This is your backlight toggle switch. It's a rocker. And it presses in. That's a button. So that's one of your programmable buttons right there. On this side, a little volume rocker. And it presses in. That's another button. Start select, ABXY, L and R. Now the L and R in the back, this is really comfortable. These are dead ringer for GBA, SP, L and R buttons. They are really comfortable. They are placed very well. And I am very happy to see that it doesn't have L2, R2. Okay? That made me happy. So with this type of setup, you can still run PS1. You just have to Google, and you can do it real quick. You can Google a quick list of PS1 games that do not require or do not need L2, R2. You could also go through and hotkey where, hold this button and then these become L2, R2 if you wanted to. Yeah, it just takes some setup. But for me, this is a good Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Super Nintendo, and Pico 8. It's a 720 by 720 screen, so it's got that 1:1 aspect ratio. Let's kick it on. Now, I do wish that was just an on-off switch, but it's fine. You just pull it over and hold it. So this is going to boot up, and I'll have to lower the brightness for everybody. Now, when we got this ordered, at first I didn't really care, but as I started to research it, I started getting really excited about this handheld, and I didn't know why. I couldn't figure out why I was excited. Let me see if I move that off. Can we still focus here? No. What if I did that? Sorry guys, I'm playing with the camera. Okay, it automatically switches back. I'm trying to figure it. The damn brightness setting pisses me off. Anyway, let's lower the brightness. It doesn't get very dim. It's not too bright that you can't play it in a dark room, but it does not. I mean, this is Yeah, this is lowest brightness setting. So it doesn't get so dim, or it doesn't stay too bright that you can't play it in a dark room, but it doesn't get super dim either. It does get decently bright. I think we're about there. I mean, it's just blown out on here, so let's lower it back. When I picked it up, it came with a generic, unbranded 32 gig SD card. Nothing on it, just the operating system, okay? So when I turned it on, all it had was tools and it didn't show, any systems or anything. I turned it off. I got looking at the card. I threw some stuff on it to test it. And then I started thinking, man, that's my only concern is the SD card. These little unbranded cheapy cards, they die pretty quick. I mean, you can have some of them last, a couple months, but I've had them die within a week of getting them. And that's where your operating system is, so the handheld quits working. Like Anbernic stuff, you'll get, the power light and nothing else really works. That's because the SD card's dead. So for those of you out there that has an Anbernic doing that, new SD card, get you, flash some custom firmware, you'll be all right. Anyway, so with that being my concern, I went to Funnyplaying's website to see if they had some firmware. They do. It was amazing. So I went and grabbed their firmware, stuck it on a better SD card, put it in, and not only did it work flawlessly, but it gave me more options. So I don't know why they're shipping it with an older firmware version and not updating it. They really should. On the old SD card, I was playing with Pico 8. I could not get Splore to launch. I even went back and watched one of my older MooOS videos to see if I had missed a step in setting up Splore. Like, I couldn't believe it. I had not. Couldn't figure it out. Well, it looked like the SD card I got didn't have some things. So when I flashed a new SD card and it had all those tools, Pico 8 ran fine. Now, in the original SD card, I could throw Pico 8 carts on there and it worked fine. Every system worked fine. As you put games in them, they populate this list. So what this is, it looks like it's a version of Emulation Station. And now this is, let's see, and I know there are, yep, and I'm sorry you can't see it better because it doesn't get dimmer. But we're going to run through all these little themes real quick. Oh yeah, you guys know this one. I really wish it got a little bit dimmer, guys. I'm sorry. All right. And back to this one. So a couple different themes. Now I'm going to pull it off screen real quick because I forgot to do my network settings. Come on. I'm almost there. Okay, network settings are ready. All right. So it does have built-in Wi-Fi, so you get retro achievements. What? I already have retro achievements set up. Go over to tools, and when you get this originally, all you have in here is, I want to say, like set time and start RetroArch. All these other tools appeared after I stuck the other version of the firmware on it. Okay? So this is what we ended up with. And it's really nice because we get Pico 8 and everything. I also made sure to throw Pico 8 carts in here so I would know if they ran or not. But let's jump into some Game Boy and look at the way this... Actually, we're going to go... Do I have... of course not. I was going to put... Oh, wait. You know what? I might have it on Game Boy Color, but this is not. Damn it. I didn't bring in... I meant to bring other original Game Boy games for a side-by-side, but apparently I forgot because, I have Final Fantasy Legend 1, 2, 3, all the... I did a good little bit of collecting. And that also goes with the clown that's like, oh, original hardware. Man, there's nothing wrong with being a collector. You know what I mean? You could be a collector. It's fine. But don't shit on other people for the way they game. Now, this really isn't a fair comparison. doing this. Oh shit, I don't remember how to do brightness on this thing. Oh, that's color palette. Oops. Yeah, it's not really fair. You can't really see it. And remember, this will have a certain shader set or profile for it. And I'm sorry it's not better, but if I jack up the backlight on here and change the color palette, I could get it really close to this. But you know, and I have it turned away so it's not like that to you guys. But when you have something like this, would you quiet down a little bit? The speaker's good, right? When you have something like this, it's going to be beautiful, okay? Because you're getting purpose-built screen for this device, and you're putting it in, and all your original games are going to look good. Now, something I do have an issue with is when you see handhelds come out and this is 4 times resolution of this and 10 times, and then. Okay, Game Boy, and I don't know how many of you know this, the original Game Boy games were not done in black and white. They were done in what's called grayscale, okay? So shading from white to black. It really doesn't matter. The image is only going to look so good being pixel art and grayscale. So don't run out to find the best Game Boy resolution. You know what I mean? It's only going to look so good. But let's do speakers. Is that? No, that's my brightness. Over here. Okay, that's max volume for my Game Boy Pocket, and it's got a new speaker. Yeah, it's not super loud. Okay, the screen's super bright, and by the way, yeah, I didn't realize that I had that over there, the contrast, so I could just do that and dim it for everybody. But absolutely beautiful, right? Game Boy Pocket, man, love this damn thing. So now let's do speaker over here. Let me find the volume rocker. It's on the opposite side. On this, it's over here. On this, it's over here. Okay, it's got to be max right there. So a nice, decent speaker. It's not super loud. It's not really quite, you know what I mean? It's a good speaker. It's nothing that's gonna win any awards, but so let's get into this. Look at, I mean, it just looks great. Now I am still going through and setting up RetroArch and all my other little settings. I'm still trying to go through and get everything saved. I didn't, hard set my aspect ratio because there's some stuff that I do, like I want to change still and play with. But here's that full screen, 720 by 720. I mean, it looks amazing. And if you want to get a little more accurate with these things on these one-to-one screens, let me help you out here. And this works for a lot of things. Super Nintendo, PlayStation. And it's how I used to run them on my RGB 30. Go right here to 8x7. Put that in. And then you do get a little bit of a border, but the image is a little better. Now, I prefer to use all my screen real estate, so I prefer full screen. I don't care if it's not pixel perfect. If it looks good to me, I'm happy. Now, that gets a little iffy when you jump on certain systems and the sprites are stretched out and really tall. That's a problem. Let's jump out of this. I wanted to do a red, like a black and red on RetroArch, but apparently that color palette for the RetroArch menu doesn't exist. At least not on mine. Let's jump into Game Boy Color. Ooh, you know what? I have a Game Boy Color here. We'll have to do it side by side. Hold on, I'm gonna grab it. Oh, where are you, bitch? There we are. Is that? Yay! Bam! I mean, this is a lot smaller than a Game Boy Color. But they got the shell color pretty good, man. So got to put the Game Boy Color up, everybody. I'll play that shit. I gotta have my handheld. I take care of my stuff. Dropping stuff. Okay. Game Boy Color. I still want to play around with the color palette on this one and, improve it. If you watched like my Trim UI brick video and the screen battles I did with that, on the brick, I found it was a, a palette issue. If you change the colorization to fast instead of balanced or accurate, you got better reds and greens in all the games. This will be a lot of the same. But so this is core provided aspect ratio, what it looks like. Watching me, you guys are got to be pro at changing resolution. But here, there's the full 1:1. Right? Get back in. Looks just amazing. I mean, this screen is, it's not an OLED, it's not this, but for what it is and the price, I'm really digging this screen. Now, the only drawback I have found is this D-pad is really, really sensitive. See? If you have a 34XX, not the SP, the regular XX, the GBA looking one, and you've noticed your D-pad does some false inputs now and again, same style here. Other than that, the D-pad's good. It feels really close, to original. You got the arrows and everything. Okay. Let's get out of this one. So, but yeah, D-pad's a little sensitive. Other than that, every button on it, the L and R and all that, feels great. At first, I had issues. I was freaking out over these rocker switches because I didn't know you could press them in. So I was over here playing with one, and I felt it move in and was like, oh, what the hell? And then it was, oh, okay, that's a button. Let's jump into Super Nintendo. Oh, wrong. Let's do this one. Now, one of them I left everything on it. I can't remember which. It was this one. So, retro achievements popping up. It didn't pop up. I don't know if it popped up on other ones. If it didn't, it's because I've been on them already. But it's got the, we're doing the CRT, look here. So, it's all curved like those older TVs. I grew up with these TVs, so did you see that? I was holding left and I went up. I mean, it's sensitive. Look, let's walk all the way over here. And I'm sorry how bright it is. I really wish I could fix that, but I'm just gonna hold this and wiggle it. Really sensitive. You have to be accurate. Okay. Now this can be fixed with some tape. There are tutorials out there on how to do this. I may end up doing it because it is really, really sensitive. Let's get in here and mess with the aspect ratio for Nintendo. When I'm done shooting this video, I'll go hard set these for myself. That way I don't have to, but it sets up for 4x3 for this. Let's jack that up to full. Let's go back to the quick menu. Where you at? On screen overlay. Okay, all that's off. There we go. Now we get full screen CRT action. So you still get that domed feature, which I actually don't mind. Oh, I thought it froze. I was going to say, oh shit, look. It didn't. But you still get that kind of curved look in full screen now. And when you transition screens on this, on Zelda for Nintendo, and you have it looking like this, it really feels like it's, it's a really nice, cheesy little effect you can enjoy. And I'm going to actually leave this on Nintendo. I've never done this. If you've watched any of my videos, I don't do that type of thing. But I really like the way this is set up. And I'm getting a kick out of that curve. Or that, curve. It's all tricks. But I know your tricks, Dewey. Showing my age. Boot up time on this isn't quick. And when you flash a new micro SD for it, and if you get this, I do suggest going to Funnyplaying website, getting the more updated, more recent firmware, putting it on the card. I just used the Raspberry Pi Imager, flashed it on there. It stopped at like 99%, when flashing for, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, and then it finished and verified. I thought something went wrong. And then when you stick the SD card in, turn it on, you'll get the retro pixel logo, and it just stops. Now, it got to the point where I was about to walk up and, power it off the hard way. I got worried something happened. I waited another minute or two, and then I got a loading bar. Everything kicked in. It was great. So it takes a minute to transition. I mean, I would say all around, after I put the SD card in, powered it on, let's say mine took 5-6 minutes. At that point, flawless. I mean, you turn it on, it's still got like a 45-second boot up time. So let's jump into Super Nintendo. I keep hitting left and right to scroll, but I can use L and R. You guys know me. I'm going to get it with the Lufia. And you know what? As for designs, this retro pixel logo they have, I don't hate that. I mean, it's not a stupid little like pie image or sonar graph on the lid of a fucking clamshell making it look stupid. It's not a little design that has absolutely nothing to do with the company in any way, and you wouldn't look at it and go, what the fuck does that mean? Retroid. Anyway. So let's get it. Ooh. AAA back again. What's funny is my initials are DDD. So I believe this one I set for 8x7. Not output. Damn it, go back. Nope, it's doing 4x3. Okay, I couldn't remember if I saved. Oh, I probably did on the other card. So I do have fast forward set up. By the way, I want to do a whole video on how certain things in emulation kind of ruin gaming, and one of the topics will be fast forward. Go up. You see that? I had trouble going up in the door for a second. It's because of the very sensitive D-pad. I want to get out into the world map. Okay. Wanted to get out here so we can see the image. So we're set up in 4x3, and look how little of the screen. I mean, look. This is all that's not being used. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm into it. Especially having LR and the face buttons. You have the exact controls. No more, no less. The exact controls for Super Nintendo gameplay. It excites me. I'm into it. So, also, I mean, it's just the speaker. Guys, with Christmas and the holidays coming up, this might be a win, okay? You're going to have to order the shit now to get it. I think I ordered it and it took 9 days. I'd have to look. It took like 9-10 days to get it. But if you guys do like the whole Secret Santa thing, or that game where everybody like picks a number and can steal presents and all that shit, $50, guys. $50, and you're going to look like you put some money into this, okay? Especially if you go to family events like mine, where they know I fuck with handhelds, but they have no idea the cost of them. If I put this in as a gift, they'd be like, wow, dude, you really went above and beyond. How much did you spend on this shit? And I'm going to be like, oh, man, you know how expensive that was? Look at the quality. No, then eventually, after Christmas goes, someone's going to look it up because they're probably going to sell it. And they're going to be like, that jackass, it's $50. But it's the love and the effort I put into it, because I never give out a handheld with the bullshit SD card. I always put a better SD card in it. All right, so we've done Nintendo, Game Boy. Let's do Game Boy Advance real quick. Jump into Aria Sorrow. Retro Pixel. So I was not going to put Game Boy Advance on here. I know, I mean, you have GBA shoulder buttons, or GBA SP shoulder buttons, but I wasn't going to put this on here because I don't know. It just felt more Game Boy Color, Super Nintendo. And if you play with the aspect ratio, you can get all these to look really good, as you've seen on Super Nintendo, where I got the little borders on the side. Woo, man, I got some indigestion this morning. Coffee's killing me. All right, let's jump over. Scaling. Okay, so it hard sets at the 3x2. Let's jump to full. I haven't played too much with it. Let's do 1-to-1. No real change. I'm not one of the creators that, you know, just knows and all. No, I play around on my videos. I like to test different shit so you can see it too. Let's do full. Oh, that's a stretchy image. You know what? That's not that bad though. No, really. Stretch out the full screen. I mean, the purists out there are screaming at me right now, going, "What the hell, dude? That looks terrible." But the me is like, "Damn, I can do this. I'm okay with this setup." Let's do an 8x7. Yeah, no, I finally brought it closer to the screen. No one said I was smart. I'm just a network engineer. Let's see here. I was about to say, what the hell happened? I realized it's in the menu. So 8x7, that's wow, that's a lot more accurate. And then you just get the little bars on the top and bottom. That's not too much of a wasted screen there. I might be okay with that. What do you think? What hit me in the comments? What do you think? Use the full screen or do the 8x7 and get just a little bit of a border? Hold on, guys, bear with me. I'm actually gonna go clock in for work. Let me know what you think. All right, yeah. Let me know. What do you think? 1:1, 8x7. What looks better on this thing? I don't know. I think me being me, I don't like wasted screen space. I don't. The 8x7 does look nice. I need a second one of these that I can put next to it and really see the differences. But it looks great. I mean, let's be honest. In general, this $50 device, I mean, look at the screen, guys. It's good. It's a good screen. Right? It's better than certain screens out there, RGDS. Let's see here. Let's exit. Oh, one thing I did run into. So I can double tap start and select and close the game. And I haven't done it too much with this SD card, but the older version, the original SD card, I did that. And it just set on a black screen. Like, not immediately. I had closed like 15 games at that point. But eventually, one of the games I did that, it went just black and sat there, and I had to, force it off. So now if I jump over here, I can go in. I need to actually fix this for Pico 8 carts. I need to add a carts folder. I guess that was the other SD card. But what was missing on the old SD card, the original, was under Tools, there was no Start Pico 8. So let's jump in and start Pico 8 and get right in to Explore. Yep, look at it, guys. 1:1 screen, $50 Pico 8 handheld. Let's play some Flappy Bird. Oh, this is a horrible version. It's Jumpy Bird. It looks more like a price tag that you would see hanging off clothes. Even the little yellow beak that you can't see very well looks like just a string from a clothes tag. Anyway, let's exit the Explorer. Black box. Let's bullet dodge. Can we play bullet dodge? By the way, you can save these carts from here. You can favorite them so you have them in the Explorer menu. You could just save the cart. That way you have the cart. It'll just save the image file. But look at this, guys. I've always wanted just a dedicated Pico 8 handheld, and I didn't want to use like the RGB 30. I mean, when I bought all those handhelds, they were way more expensive. Okay, this is just a nice Pico 8 handheld. Can I? Okay. shut down Pico 8. All right. So let's do this. Let's bump the camera. I mean, really, I love this being my favorite original hardware, the Game Boy Pocket, and this handheld being almost the exact same size. I mean, I feel like it is right with it, if not a millimeter or two smaller. I don't have a scale to do all these proper little tests, but with batteries in this one and a game, about the same weight. Let me get this pulled up here. All right. Brightness warning. There it is, guys. The Retro Pixel Pocket. So, $49.90. Now, I believe the older version, the 2023, was like $100. This is $50. There's my clear red. I am really digging the clear blue. But with the colors on RetroArch, kind of filling the green, man. Matrix handheld. What? No one gives a shit about the clear purple. This is not the atomic purple that you want. And I say atomic purple, but that's the solid color. You know what I mean? The see-through purple that people are accustomed to, that is really not that color. Regular gray? Look at that. Plain ass shit. Then we got the glitter one. Yay. And then white, which oddly looks really close to gray because they're, well, close in color. Anyway, I'm stupid. Anyway, I'm really feeling, I like the red. I don't really care about the clear black, but I probably would have done a solid black and then went and got like some boxy pixel metal buttons and made this shit like black and gold or black and like really, woo! Anyway, I could still do that with these. I'm not going to. I'm really enjoying this. Now, I'm not sure if these are the exact size. I mean, they're not the exact size on the handheld here. I'll do that. I'll redo that, but aim the camera down. So, yeah, $50. Here's the specs. 3.1 inch IPS display, 720 by 720. RK3326 quad core chip. Customized MULX system based on Linux. 1 gig of RAM. TF card expansion, doesn't say up to what, but with what you're going to play on this, guys, 32 gig is fine. 64 is probably the sweet spot. 3000 on the battery and Wi-Fi. Replicates the classic handheld console appearance. Portable, equipped with LR dual shoulder buttons for optimized operation. Type-C charging interface. Yeah, in your face. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. Multi-platform game program, compatible operation, TF card, data transmission and management, localized game save, file support, system source, and continuous update. Package includes, and this is where I didn't pay attention. I didn't see that. And I did not see that. Okay? And apparently it comes with a host. You open it up and he'll suggest wine pairings. It's sommelier. You know, I'm fucking around. Anyway, all right. And then an unbranded piece of shit 32 gig card that nobody wants. Right here's the firmware that I grabbed, the 1.0. I know it says 1.0, but it's better than what you get on the card. It's probably the exact same version. This just comes equipped with a lot more. It's more of the final version. I feel like we got like the version 1.0 beta shipped to us when the finalized version's right there. So, but $50, I mean, it's really hard to beat this deal in this day and age, okay? Now, I know some of you are going, what? What do you mean it's hard to beat that deal? Well, let's think about it, guys. It really is, okay? This, you're getting your classic feel. This is appealing to those of you, like me, who have an analog pocket, who have a chromatic, who like the original hardware, but don't want to go out hunting down $300 games just to get a fucking repro that costs $5. It happens, okay? It's a shady world out there. Everybody's trying to scam you all the time. I know, it sucks. It's terrible, and I believe we should really harsh punishment for scammers, guys. But $50, what you're getting? I mean, you have to be into the original hardware. You have to want to not only emulate, but have the feeling of it too and enjoy this, because I am so excited about this one still, and what it can do and how good it looks and how it feels, just like my Game Boy Pocket, but modern features. I will always love the Game Boy Pocket. It will always be my favorite original hardware. I will never not love this handheld. This does it justice. This is an amazing recreation of it. Now, let's go back. Let's touch on the $50 thing again. This is an amazing value for $50. Okay, amazing. There are plenty of handhelds out there for $50 that are smaller or bigger, horizontal, vertical, have a different screen, have a better screen for certain things, have better buttons. The $50, $60 space in handheld emulation is jam-packed full of stuff, okay? There are just tons of options out there. So this is going to be for specific people. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you like the chromatic, if you like the analog pocket, if you like the original hardware, spend the $50. Okay? This is worth it. Okay? And this is Funnyplaying's handheld. They did this. As far as I know, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Someone's going to get in the comments going, well, actually, it's a sister company, you know, that did that. They're just, you know, selling it through Funnyplaying. I don't care. I just don't know what else to say about it. It's amazing. Sorry, I got really excited about this one. I was really excited to share it with you guys. I mean, I hardly slept last night because I kept messing with this thing, and I just could not wait to make this video. That's how excited I am about this handheld. And I'm going to be playing on this damn thing all day. Okay? And, you know, for those of you, like I said, that are going to jump in the comments and go, there's way better for $50. There is. There's also worse. Okay? There's also worse for cheaper. There's worse for more. You could spend $100 and get a piece of shit. People are finding that out right now. But man, this is amazing. So let me know in the comments. Is this something you're interested in? Are any of you gonna pick this up now that you've seen this video? Let me know if you're gonna pick this up now that I've seen this video. And the crazy part is, like I said at the start, I'm not seeing videos on this. Okay? I can't find an update retro pixel pocket video. I can only find the old ones. This is being slept on because the old version sucked. They also had a black and green one they were showing, but I never seen. That would have been awesome. Anyway, so it's kind of weird, and I feel like this is being slept on, and that's not fair to this handheld because of how good this is. Got to fix the D-pad though. Just got to fix this D-pad, guys. If they fix this D-pad, wow. You know what I mean? So Funnyplaying, I doubt you guys will do anything, but let me tell you, Funnyplaying, you guys have a winner right here. This is a winner. Great for Pico 8, great for everything you just seen. Probably never going to run PlayStation on it. I will probably only run the systems you just seen on there. I don't know. I might mess with like Genesis or something. I don't know. But I won't do much more. It's just not built for that. It's not going to feel right for that. I probably won't do Genesis because it's not going to feel right. So, all right, let's end this thing. Happy early Thanksgiving for those of you that celebrate it. Hopefully tomorrow goes well. Hopefully all of you enjoy yourself. I know I'm going to be packing this little guy with me. This is going to be my Thanksgiving ride or die buddy. I was going to take the Thor, but there's going to be a lot of kids, a lot of unsupervised kids running around, and I don't want them getting anything into my shit. So, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I will see you after. I might do a quick post during, just let you guys know what's up. Say, you know, happy holidays. But I will see you guys after. Pretty sure I got more shit ordered. There should be stuff coming in. Hopefully Neo ships the fucking Pocket Mini. Yep. Comments. Are you interested in this? Would you give it away as a gift? Would you buy it for yourself? Do you think it's stupid? Do you think it's actually pretty good for $50? Let me know if you order it. I'm really curious. I don't have any affiliate links or any bullshit like that. Yeah, don't get paid for this stuff. This is just my honest opinion. See you guys after, and sorry for rambling for the last 6 minutes, extending this video for no reason.